So this is part 3 of my series where I was talking about Dee and her sperm donor and her mother that she has gone no contact with. When you have dysfunction early on, when a woman doesn't want a pregnancy, when a dad is a deadbeat or might have traumatized a woman, or this woman didn't become pregnant by her own, by consent or with consent, I apologize. This messy situation could happen. Now, at one point, we said that Dee's mother said that she was raped by Randall. This woman on the post says, before anyone jump on me, don't believe the toxic mother gRape stories. Take them with a grain of salt. My mom used to accuse my dad of gRape, but would be emotionally, mentally, and physically abusive to my dad and his wife. I grew up thinking my dad took advantage of my mother until my estranged aunt told me my mom was the one who pursued, chased, and stalked my dad until he finally took the advances. The gRape allegations didn't start until my dad went back to his wife the first time. Okay, I am using this as a jump off, and I say that to her. I said, this is a great jump off to my final post. She said that she didn't believe her mom completely. She said, though, after dealing with her sperm donor and going back and forth a little bit, she now believes her mom on this. Now let's hear from. Okay, so this is what Dee said in my inbox. She said, I didn't fully believe that my mother was a gRape victim, which makes me feel bad. I have been raped, and I think that you should believe victims. My mother, however, is a liar. So I talked to my sister. She thinks I'm mean and cruel for sending these messages. I may be, who knows? And I'll show you the messages that she sent. She says, after dealing with this man, I think my mother may have been telling the truth. My mother is a pick-me. My mother has put me and my sister in terrible situations for men who are the scum of the earth. She moved to a different state for a guy that she met online. She is not pick. So for her to never deal with or ever mention him is odd. My mother didn't keep us, yes, us, from my sister's married biological father and made us, yes, both of us, go spend time with this man. She pretended he didn't exist and made the point of moving us to different homes to keep us off the public register at schools and out of yearbooks. I don't know. This whole situation gives me the ick, and if I can't go see either brother without being unsafe, I won't. I want the messages to stop taking up data in my blocked box. So all of these messages that Randall is sending her, they're going straight to her blocked box. She's sending them to me, but she's only skimming them. Okay, so this is the message she was referring to before she sent him to the block box. I'm sideways because I forgot to blur her name. Anyways, Randall says to her, you're basically judging me without doing any homework. With that being said, you have to do what's good for you, Dee. You can't undo what happened to you in the past. The only thing you can do is move forward. Then she says, I'm judging you like I would judge another deadbeat stranger. And I find you annoying because you act like a victim when you're just not. She says, my goal when contacting you was to leave the shame where it belongs, with you. I didn't want you. I didn't want you to help me heal because you can't heal my daddy issues. The only people who can do that is my dad, and he died. You're more of a weird life complication that is now hard to explain. You could have chosen different, but you didn't. Not my deal, and I don't choose to make it so. You are not a victim. You were not a victim of my mother. You are not a victim of me. You are not a victim of the system. I really want you to hear me when I say you're just a deadbeat to me. If you were honest, you'd be a lot quieter and admit your role without mentioning other people. She is giving it to this man. Now, this part is what she's saying to me in my inbox. She says, I stopped at this point. I forgot my whole point by the end and was just annoyed. Since then, he has been sending me YouTube videos on God and forgiveness. Give me a break and don't ruin my algorithm. I couldn't put my finger on why this was still bothering me. Maybe it's because I'm not listened to. Maybe it's because this devolved into pure idiocy. Maybe it's because I now have another sibling that I can't feel safe visiting. She had another message sent to her inbox, her block box, and she sent it to me And I literally grabbed my pearls because he has the audacity here. This is what Randall is saying to her, but it's going to her block box. She says she skimmed it. He says, okay, I don't know where your mother got that story from, but my advice to you is to not become her. The story of being great. Find D, as in find yourself. You're a good person, I know in my heart. As I think about what your mother said about me and how you and her keep trying to insult my character, I'm starting to see that you may be more like her than I realize. With that being said, until you can learn some respect, little girl, I have nothing else to say to you. The gall. Other than you need Jesus and he loves you. Do some homework and seek the truth. Then he says, one other thing while I'm thinking about it. No matter how I felt about your mama, which I have forgiven her for taking you away from me, you have no right to disrespect her either. In the words of my grandfather, that's your mama. She at least deserves some respect because if it wasn't for her, your ass wouldn't be here. Okay, so keep in mind that I just met this woman virtually like a week ago. And I immediately had to call her on the Instagram like phone messaging system because I was appalled as I read that. Because how you gonna be a deadbeat for 3 decades and think that you gonna talk to me like that? I was appalled for her. I was like, the nerve. And then she showed me an example of one of the YouTubes that he had sent to her. This one, God cares for you. Pray this powerful prayer. Like, if you are deadbeat, why are you sending Jesus links? I mean, does Jesus like deadbeats? I don't know. I don't think so. But if Jesus likes deadbeats, this is probably one of the reasons why I'm not in the church. She says to me, ugh, he has nothing else to say to me, thank God. I have told this man to be blessed and that I didn't want anything to do with him. She continues talking to me. Why do these crusty men send messages about God? I am not religious, but I don't know why these low-life, shiftless deadbeats think there is a God that listens to them. And then she gives me some of these memes. Deadbeat dad doesn't pay child support, expects to have more time with the kids, plays victim on social media. And this one, just a friendly reminder, your child support payment is past due. And then y'all need to see this green one, what the Bible says about deadbeat dads who call themselves Christian. But if anyone does not provide for his own, and especially for those of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. So, if these people even read a modicum of what they say that they believe in, he would know that he is a fairly terrible person. That which I agree because I seriously dislike deadbeats. You guys can go ahead and weigh in. And with that, I am closing this series of Randall, The Nerve of Randall. You ain't my daddy, Randall, is basically what this series is called. Y'all weigh in if you have a deadbeat dad story, somebody that just contacted you out of the blue after decades of no contact. Let me know. Like, comment,